What is up, winning team? Let the 2-month countdown begin. And yes, what do you guys think of the shades? I randomly found these and I feel like this is going to become my personality for the entirety of the summer. Anyway, on a more serious note, so I've just been grocery shopping. It is raining in the United Kingdoms, which honestly, thank the Lord. Why is it doing this? I just tried to start recording this video and a raindrop actually cut the video. Anyway, it is raining in the United Kingdoms and I've just been grocery shopping and I love going out in the morning because you know who's out there? It's only the old people and they love them. So all I'm doing is having sweet little conversations, holding doors open, you know what I mean? So anyway, I had said to the Lord that this is where this 2-month countdown thing starts, right? Because I feel very motivated, hence me doing whatever I'm doing. But basically I'd said to the good Lord above that, God, if you can only do one thing this year, and I stand behind this 100%, if he does nothing else, nothing actually else at all, free me of this education system. So that's what we have 2 months to hopefully do, because that's when the school year would start again. And the good news is that the Lord being the Lord, who the Lord is, I actually have a job lined up already. In fact, the actual dream job, well, the job that I asked the Lord for, let's put it like that, with very specifics, just came to me. Like literally, I bumped into somebody that I haven't seen. I was going to London, or coming from London, and I bumped into someone. This is before I went to Italy. Bumped into somebody I haven't seen in years, but like somebody that I consider good people that I was actually happy to bump into. And long story short, they were like, so what are you doing at the moment? Yeah, I would love to get you to work in my business. And I was like, really? Like, so yeah. So they've been on to me this whole time I've been out in Italy. I was like, as soon as I get back, I will be all yours. And so that's what I have a meeting today with them. And I'm going to be, hopefully, my goal is to be set to be all started fully by, like, I don't know how long it's going to take, but basically this is what I'm saying to you guys. When things come from the Lord, like the Lord actually hears my cries and my prayers, and whereas everybody else is just, oh, you should just stay in the job and just be grateful that like, listen, that job, I talked about this in another video, it's not working that I have an issue with at all, because I like to work, I like to be busy, and I like to utilize the gifts that the good Lord gave me. My problem was that I really feel like I am working to further the work of the kingdom of darkness, because I just think that the education system is set up so much not in favor of the people that even in my best efforts to be against the system, as long as I'm there and as long as I'm helping them move forward, it's just never going to sit right with me, and it feels like selling my soul for the sake of what? Of living in money. So once again, I have to rely on the world and not rely on the Lord. Like, this is what I've been complaining about. So that's why it was really important for me. If it was just another job where I was just doing whatever, who cares? You know what I mean? But the fact that this is the future of children's lives and I'm participating in the spirit-breaking indoctrination camps, the hell I am. So I'm going to dive headfirst into this new job opportunity, and it's kind of perfect. I'll get into it at some point. It's kind of perfect though. Hold on a minute. So yeah, that's the story. So I got to get done with that today, and just a bunch of other things, because there's another opportunity coming up within this 2-month period of another thing I really want to dive headfirst into. So let's just say it looks like, I don't want to jump the gun, but it very much looks like the Lord has answered my prayers on the topic. And honestly, I almost feel bad sharing my life at the moment, because genuinely, a lot of things are going really well. Like, my prayer had been to the Lord, like, before I left for Italy. I was like, God, actually not before I went to Italy, like earlier this year. I was like, God, listen, please, if we're going to be here in this scenario and I'm going to be just living this hellish experience, please don't even give me a taste of the good life. Like, don't do it until the good life is the good life for now and forever. You know what I mean? So that's why I've been saying, like, look, if he wants to delay everything, go ahead. Just don't start anything. So I can't do the emotional roller coaster. That's the thing. So anywho, the fact that I was flying back immediately, already coming for a job interview on the day, well, not a job interview, I'd already started the job, like getting set up in the job, like doing all the things. Literally once I landed, like they literally messaged me, this person, it was like, hey, are you settled now? Like literally the day after. I was like, this is insane. So I've got to get onto that today, and a bunch of other things that I'm doing, like just new things. So it's very exciting. It's very exciting, and I'm grateful to the Lord, and he just keeps pulling through for me. Like, I don't know what to say. And what I'll say to you, those of you, if you're watching this right now and you're seeing everything that's happening, yeah, I want to say, please have faith in the Lord and give him a chance. Because I remember, like a couple months ago, sitting there, like having a literal panic attack, thinking, God, if you do not pull through for me, like in this year, especially in May, like when it was like the start of the exam season, if you do not pull through for me, God, I don't know what's going to happen, because I truly have just made all the wrong decisions. I think even going into teaching was a poor decision, from the aspect of so many different levels. Like, let's be so freaking for real. I could be doing a much better job that I enjoy way more, that makes me way more money with the degree that I have, even to this day when degrees barely mean anything anymore. But yeah, so I'm grateful to the Lord for that. But yeah, have faith, you guys. You got to have faith. You got to like trust God. You got to like give him a chance. You got to like, this year, the only thing I did differently, and this was the hardest thing to do, because I realized, I've told you all that, I realized that the last 2 times I came to Italy, I didn't learn my lesson. And the lesson was pretty simple. I need to just leave room for God and trust him. Because at the start of last year, at the start of the year before, every time I would do something to like step in my own way of trying to solve things in my life. And then it would always be those things that I did and the choices I made, like in January and February, that would dictate the entire year. Then I'd get to the end of the year and I'd be like, this feels like a waste. So this year, and courtesy of also the advice of Omar, who, you know, is the one who opens for Zucchero, who said to me last year, you know, maybe you didn't get the point of what God is trying to say to you. So I was like, you know what? Cool. God, I'm risking it all this year on you. If I get to the end of this year, nothing has happened and my life has gone nowhere, then that's fine, because I'm going to risk it all. I'm not going to step in. I'm not going to make any decisions for myself. I'm not going to do anything in my own wisdom. I'm going to just wait and trust you. And that's exactly what I've done. Like, I'm just going to wait and trust you. I'm not going to jump in and do literally anything. And when I tell you guys, it has been difficult. Sorry, I have to keep stopping because it's stupid. I bought this hoodie because it's raining, and I knew full blown well I wasn't going to wear it, but I just bought it because, you know, I'm an adult, so I should like be dressed appropriately in the rain. So I just tied it around my waist, and it just keeps coming undone, which is really annoying. Anyways, what was I saying? Hold on. Yeah, so there's these things that I've wanted to do. Like, there's things I want to do that I can do that I've just not been doing, because I gotta wait on the Lord, and I gotta wait for the Lord to do what the Lord is doing. And I've now learned how to decipher the difference between me going, whenever God is the one doing something, he always does it first. Like, that's what I've realized. Sometimes one of the things that's been bothering me recently is how we all kind of make decisions of what we think should happen. And this is so funny, because this is what the lady was talking about in the video, because I watch this girl on YouTube every morning, and she does a fresh word. I think that's the name of her channel. And it's just a 2-minute video, and it's the first thing I listen to in the morning every day. And even she was talking about, what was she talking about? Hold on, I'm so distracted. Like us relying on our own understanding and how the Lord wants us to, and our natural instincts, and how this is working against us, which is something I've been saying to even you guys, that we have a tendency as believers we self-assess what we think needs to be done, and then we pray for the Lord to do the thing we think needs doing. And that's actually why, in my humble opinion, a lot of people do not experience God the way they want to, because you're not inviting him through the whole process. You're just inviting him after you've decided what you think. And God's honest truth, he knows that his plans are better. So why is he going to downgrade to whatever dumb ideas we have? You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I've had to just say, you know what, Lord, I'll wait for you to do something. And if you haven't done something, I will just keep waiting. And the Bible does talk about patience being one of the, fruits of the Spirit. But let's be really honest, and this is the crazy part for me, is in and amongst all of that, I actually needed all that extra time anyway in the last couple of years to actually figure a lot of stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Even if everything hasn't been favorable. So again, it just goes to show that God is right. And then when the God wants to do what he wants to do, he'll make it happen. If he wants me to be in Italy singing, or me singing at all, he made it happen. That wasn't my idea. Now I'm out here uploading videos of myself singing at the start of this whole experience, and as a complete noob and novice, right? And just hating the fact that I have to start from the beginning, and I just hate it. I hate having to start and put myself at the state of where I'm not good at this thing yet, and I have to progress. It's distressing for me, right? But I have to do it because this is what the Lord is pushing me in that direction. But he did it. He made it happen. He made the scenario where I would feel comfortable to even try, through this friend, through the fact that she's so talented herself. So every single detail about it, he knew, and he knew what he was doing. It's the same thing with this job. Every single detail, he's like, I know what she kind of thinks she wants to do. I know what goes along. Because the funny thing about this job, right, is it actually going to involve it all involves doing things that I intended to do anyway, but I just didn't have a way of making sure that I could make money doing it. And so now I can. So this is great. And again, all orchestrated by the Lord. Because what was I doing? I'd gone out for a nice day in London, right? I'd gone to try a new Korean place. And I come back and bam. I'm coming back, on my way back, bam. I bump into somebody, they're like, yeah. And when I say that they have been so dedicated to we are doing this, I'm ready for this. Guys, I'm already locked into a meeting today, with their supervisor. Oh my gosh, it is getting so real and it's so freaking cool. And I'm just wow, truly this is all happening because I put my faith and trust in the Lord. When I looked like an idiot to everyone, and I have looked like an idiot at many times, and I can still consistently embarrass myself because it's all difficult and the Lord doesn't be giving us all the answers. A lot of the time it's just he gives you enough to get you to cross the road, basically. But then once you get across the road, he's like, God, and where? So there's a lot of trial and error, a lot of dumb mistakes. Sometimes I don't know even if I'm making the videos right or not. Sometimes I don't even know if I should be doing a lot of the things behind the scenes. Sometimes I can't tell whether my anxiety or my embarrassment of certain things I've done is because I should actually feel embarrassed, or because I'm actually being challenged in a way that's really good, and so I should just embrace the process because it's going to be good for me in the long haul. There's a lot of answers I don't have, and this is kind of what I was saying even about the being in the wilderness and learning to trust in the Lord. God doesn't really tell you everything for a reason, because as I've said, had the Lord told me what it would take for me to get where I'm at here, I would have said respectfully no to any of it, right? I probably would have just stayed in London, to be honest, which honestly was the worst case scenario. But now, we're here now. But we're here now because I've had to just keep making these controversial choices where I'm just following the Holy Spirit. I don't have any formula. Literally all I do is just see if things feel right, if I feel the Spirit is saying. How am I supposed to explain that to people when they ask me why I haven't done this, or why I did do that, or why this? Because the Spirit of the Lord. You know what I mean? I sound crazy as it is without saying stuff like that. But to now add to that by them being like, so why haven't you done this, or why? Oh, it's not for the faint of heart. But when I tell you guys, it is so worth it. And like the fact that I'm here early, like doing my grocery shopping, so I can like, I want to throw something in the crock pot and all this while I'm working, and I've got this job and these people that are really trying to like pursue me to work with them, like, which is insane. The fact that that's happening, and again, it's just perfect because it ain't my business, it ain't my responsibility, because I am sick of responsibilities. So I just get to just be the like young lady, and I'm playing all into that. I've realized that is the secret to this season of my life. Goodbye, mature, responsible. I'm just a girl who doesn't know anything. That's how it's going to be. So that's how I'm going to be. I'm going to be just, just figuring things out. Just, perfect. So yeah, it's just amazing. I'm going to go and get along with that. But yeah, we've got the 2-month countdown. All of this goes well. I don't want to jump the gun. So that's why I'm not saying for certain. But once I get up and running with this new job, and I can officially say that I'm done with the education system, is truly going to be one of the best days of my life. Like, I don't think anybody understands. That is going to be one of the best days of my life. I love teaching and I love children. I can't do it in this system. I cannot sleep at night being a part of this system. But I had to be there so that I could wake up and I could learn this, because I feel like the reason I feel so passionately is because I was in it. And this is one thing what I love about the Lord. And again, why I say sometimes the Lord's way of doing things, we wouldn't prefer it, but it's good. Like, I wouldn't feel such deep convictions about the children, about education and all of that if I wasn't in it. Because when you're on the outside looking in, even if you're seeing the results of the kids around you or your own kids or your experience or whatever, it's not the same as being on this side where you're the ones being told how you're supposed to do this, seeing all the process, seeing all the curriculum, seeing everything from the other side. It's not the same. And I feel like so much of my life, like, and the reason why so many bad things, the Lord has allowed so many bad things to happen to me, is because he's like, look, and obviously the job being one of the least bad, but it's still psychologically horrible, is because he's like, I want you to have an inside understanding of these situations. And a lot of times, guys, the things that the Lord lets us go through, it's for us to have insider understanding, because it's going to link into what we're going to do. So yes, of course, I look crazy saying all this stuff about the education system, and people think it's not that bad and their kids should be kind of okay. And I'm like, no, take them far away from there. But then that's because I have the experience of being on the inside, being somebody that is successful in actually teaching them. So it's not even like I struggle with the kids or something like that. So it's nothing like that. In fact, I have a great time with the kids. In fact, you guys know me and the kids, we get on like a house on fire. They always behave better in my lessons than they do with other teachers. They always do better with me than they do their other teachers. So it's not like, I'm having a struggle with the job itself. I'm having a conflict of my own morals and values, and I refuse. This is what I'm saying to the Lord, like, I refuse, God, to continue to just stay in something just because I'm reliant on the systems of this world, because I need to pay the bills. And so what? I'm going to sell my soul. And like, the way you guys, as you should be, the strength of my conviction about this type of stuff, it's incredible that I haven't walked away already sooner. But again, I have to submit myself to the Lord and his own timing, because there was a reason he let it go on the way it went on, and there's the reason he let all these things happen the way that they did. So yeah, anyways, you guys, I'm going to head it off because I've got things to do. Your girl's going to be busy. I got to start doing my meal preps and whatnot and what have you. Start getting ready for meetings, get things set up, because by the end of today, I plan to have done all the full setup stuff, because they're all getting me logged in with an account on the thing. So that's what I got to do today. This is just insane. And I'm thinking it's like the 1st of July, like, hit the ground running. If I get serious now, in the next 2 months, guys, you guys don't even know where we'll be in the next 2 months if I get serious now. So that's why I feel motivated. I literally practically hopped out of bed with excitement this morning. So yeah, just a little message to say of faith, to continue to share with you all. I've still got to upload my last vlog, which I finished editing the early hours of this morning, and another video that I recorded after that. So we stay in on that content creation. But yeah, you guys, if life's a game, let's play to win. Put your faith in the Lord. step out of the way, step out of the way of trying to figure out what you should be doing and trust in he who knows what he created for you to do. You know what I'm saying? Stop thinking to yourself about your own solutions, right? Go to the person who created this planet and this everything and who knows all things, and trust in him, because our ways of doing things, honestly, the more older I get, right, the more I realize that the adult population are truly the same as kids, just needing leadership, needing advice, needing guidance from somewhere. And unfortunately, the kingdom of darkness is ready to come and swoop in and be the answer. So we have to be conscious about, pursuing the Lord. And we have to also understand that, following the Lord does turn you into a weirdo a little bit, because people just look at you like, what the hell are you doing? The amount of times people look at me like that, even now, it's I don't get your life. People get frustrated even. It's kind of crazy. I have somebody that I know that's like that just doesn't get it. And they get really mad at me all the time. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get it. There's not even a point in me explaining this to you, because you don't function from this system. And if I tell you that I genuinely just wake up every day waiting to hear what the Lord would have me do that day, you're not going to be able to understand that, because you're the one here making 5, 10, 15, 30, 40-year plans without the Lord even involved in the conversation. So we can't have a conversation. There's nothing to explain here. And so that's what I'm saying to you guys, to do the same in your own lives. Try to create as much space for the Lord as possible, because the sooner you do it, the more he shows up, the more it builds your faith, because you actually see him repeatedly showing up. Then you have faith for bigger things, and then he shows up for that, and then those bigger things happen. Then you have faith for bigger things. That's how you grow in faith. And that's why, like I said in my recent video, there's no shortcuts. That's just how it goes. But my goodness, is it worth it? Because I'm actually excited now. I get to do a job that I actually want to do, that actually fits exactly with the type of life that I want to live, for the foreseeable. For the foreseeable of my life, which is insane to say. I always knew I was going to leave teaching. And I've got more opportunities, and none of these opportunities are clashing with each other, even though they would in other aspects. I'm not having to make decisions I can't do this because of my job, which has happened the last couple of years, because the Lord has just orchestrated everything. And so all I need to do is play my part. And that's the important thing I was talking about in my last video as well, is we have a role to play, in this whole thing, and we have to play our roles. And so sometimes the Lord is look, I've done so much now that you're the one who needs to show up. So that's what I'm dedicating myself to doing now, is God has shown up for me in so many ways. He's rejuvenated me and given me my energy back and all this stuff. So now it's my job to take all the opportunities that he has given me and give it my best, and trust that, just like I say to the kids, that when they're working, they should just do their best and let me worry about the rest. With God, we just have to do our best and let him worry about the rest, right? So that's what I'm going to get on with now, because if life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.